We're stuck in traffic right now. What do you guys do when you're stuck in traffic? Do you get on your phones? Oh, there's an accident over here. What do you do when you're bored? Do you get on your phones? What do you do when you can't function? Perhaps getting on the phone is why you can't function. I don't want to be a slave to anything. I was just reading 1 Corinthians. Food is for the stomach and stomach for food. And I was thinking to myself, how many things do I do? And it's not for the true purpose that it's supposed to be used for. But I keep demanding more and more and more. But obviously, I didn't get what I needed to get the first time, so why would I get it the 25th to 75th time, you know? Thinking I need things that I don't need. All I need is God, and God will provide what I need. But sometimes I forget that, and I focus on all this other shit. It doesn't do it for me. But I tell myself that eventually this time, not all the other times, definitely not all the times before, but the times afterwards for sure, it'll do what I say it's gonna do. You know? It doesn't matter how self-aware I am. And it doesn't matter how aware I am of the danger of the thing, but it's really not the thing. It's so hazardous to me. It's how I think of it. It's how I feel about it. How I obsess about it. You know? I was thinking about the television and how, like, just having a TV in the room is such a distraction. And I remember thinking that when I was young. Just like seeing a television, it's like you just want to turn it on. You want to see what's going on. You know? And remember the 80s? You guys remember the 80s? These giant TVs. It was like a big ass TV box. Like, there's a picture of me when I was like 5 years old, and I'm like dancing in front of the TV, but the TV's not on, and like it's on the floor, and it's like it's so huge, it's so cumbersome. Yeah, I'd like to think I'm 1,000 times more interesting than what's on the TV box. But, you know, most people, they don't view themselves that way. And they don't look at their life like it's an experience to have. And so, it makes sense why people are so hooked on something that distracts them from the fact that their life is not that interesting. You know, and I'm not even, like, doing anything that's that interesting at all, I don't think. I'm just living. But I don't know, maybe what I find to be fascinating is just a person dealing with things that happen on a regular basis and processing the information and acknowledging certain facets of that experience. You know, I think that people aren't really conscious, and so maybe that's why they're not conscious of like what's going on, and they consistently choose things that make them less and less conscious and less willing to pay attention to their experience so that they can alter it. So many people will insist that they are having such a hard time because of this, or things aren't fair and they're oppressed and all this shit. But it's like, if they were to do a little bit more evaluation, they would realize, oh, if I just change this thing, that would dramatically alter this other thing that I find so problematic. Or if I just looked at this thing differently, I wouldn't think of myself as such a victim. And, you know, it's just simple shit like that. And you'd realize that if you paid attention to your experience, and you'd understand that, like, oh, wow, I can learn a lot from this. I don't have to whine about it. You know? But if you even suggest that, people get upset. Anyway, what was the whole point of that? I don't remember. Oh, the TV. TV's for boring people, so that they don't have to live more exciting lives. I mean, you don't have to travel, and you don't have to, you know, meet a bunch of famous people and take pictures with orangutans and shit like that. You don't have to do any of that to live an interesting life. You can just pay attention to your experience, and that will be interesting enough. But maybe people aren't like me, so they don't understand that everything's an experience to be had, you know? Or maybe they don't have an experience. I don't think they do, actually. Really. I think that's part of the mental illness, is that knob of awareness is turned all the way up. So, that's why you get bored, you know, staring at a screen. I mean, it's just the whole premise of it that's boring. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of cool shit on the screen, you know? But yeah, that's kind of the perk, isn't it?